Thanks for joining us for this early edition of COVID-19 and City News Update. Today, we'll go through numbers. These are system-wide numbers for Forest General, Hattiesburg Clinic, Merit Health Wesley, and Simrai. As of this morning, 117,564 tests had been conducted, with just over 15,200 of those coming back positive. Have 102,050 which are negative. We have 307 tests currently pending. In the hospital today, between Merit Health Wesley and Forest General, we have 107 people who are COVID positive, and of those 107, 33 are in the ICU. As we can see, we're hoping to get under the 100 mark this week. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, and even though we've seen some improvement in some other numbers, we're still above 100 with hospitalizations. We are seeing steady numbers with our ICU cases. Statewide today, 2,342 new positive cases with 55 new deaths. Unfortunately, since our last briefing on Wednesday, we've had 6 new deaths in our metro area. 5 of those came from Forest County, 1 from Lamar, and so we send our thoughts and prayers and condolences to those families. Totals to date, COVID-related deaths, 117 in Forest County and 63 in Lamar. New positive cases today, Forest County had 44, Lamar County had 42. And since this began, Forest County's total infection number stands at 5,870. Lamar County's is at 4,753. Our 5-day average, Forest and Lamar County are just right about in line with one another. Metro area total just over 60. Our inside 14-day number, this is the number of people who have received their positive test result in the last 2 weeks. It gives you an idea of how many active cases we can have in our community. That number in Forest County is now at 578. And in Lamar County, that number is at 581. We have seen this decline some over the past few days, and we hope that we're getting over the Christmas and New Year's Day gathering hump, and hopefully we'll see that number fall. We just want to see hospitalizations come right behind that and fall as well. Just compared to a week ago, Forest County's inside 14-day number, again, that's an estimate of active cases, fell from 606 to 578. Lamar County's came down a little as well, from 610 to 581, so now at 1159 total in our metro area. Hospitalizations, however, again, still above 100. Went from 115 to 107. ICU staying in that low 30s mark. Our goals continue to be protecting the vulnerable, people over the age of 60, people with underlying or chronic health conditions. We also want to prevent overrun of our healthcare system by slowing the spread. Speaking of our healthcare system, as of this morning, in terms of open bed capacity, Forest General had 4 acute beds available, 3 ICU beds. Merit Health Wesley has seen some openings in their acute side, 17 med-surg beds available, 1 in the ICU. If you need to get testing this weekend, again, we want to make sure that, particularly when our numbers are this high, that you know to try to get in, get tested, and then isolate yourself so you don't spread it any further. Cough and Fever Clinic will be open 8 to noon on Saturday and Sunday. That's on 49 South by Walmart. Simrai's Minor Health Clinic will be open 9 to 9. That's by Forest General over on 27th Avenue, Saturday and Sunday. Merit Health's Pediatric Clinic is open for walk-ins from 9 to noon tomorrow. And of course, on Monday, our C.E. Roy Community Center free testing will be open from 8 to noon. Some city news. Yesterday, we broke ground on the Sullivan Park Splash Pad. This is one of the 18 projects that we committed to fund during the 1 cent campaign back in 2019, which the voters in Hattiesburg approved by 81%. This is just over a $200,000 project. This is really the first splash pad that will be publicly available. The other one we have is in the zoo, but this will be a very large one with some 3D elements that give a nod to both the musical heritage of the Palmer's Crossing neighborhood and also the railroad history there as well. So we're excited to continue partnering with the county on developing Sullivan Park, but also to add another element from the city's financing for the youth down there as well. We also want to let you know that on Monday from 9 to noon, we'll be having a hand sanitizer and mask giveaway at Hawkins Elementary. You can come between 9 and 12 on Monday and get that drive-through event. And in lieu of having the day of service where we have a lot of joint events and group events, we're encouraging you to do your own day of service. So in 1994, the United States Congress designated Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a day of service. It's one of the only days of service that's nationally designated. The idea was to get away from treating MLK Day as a day off, but instead a day on to go out and better your community. Because it was Dr. King himself who said in 1957 that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? At a time of really high political division and intenseness, in a time where we're often confronted daily with the worst of humanity, we believe that our life story, your life story, collectively, individually, can tell a very different story. And we do that with our actions. And we believe small deeds can make a big impact. So I encourage you, wherever you are on Monday, to do something to better your neighborhood. This is the I Served Hburg Challenge. Pick up litter. Do some other beautification project. Write a note to a first responder. Call and encourage one of our healthcare professionals. We'll actually have several of our little free libraries that have do-it-yourself kits to make cards that we'll send out to nursing home patients. Find some way to better your community and meet that MLK challenge. Not a day off, but a day on. So I encourage you to follow our Facebook page. We'll be giving some suggestions and including the locations of those little free libraries where you can get that do-it-yourself card kit that we'll send to nursing homes. But find some place to plug in. I encourage you to post those photos with the hashtag #IServedHburg on Monday. And finally, our act of courage. Earlier this week, we lost an absolute legend when it comes to emergency management, EMS, trauma care, and just public health in general, and that was Mr. Wade Spruill. Mr. Wade Spruill died at the age of 72, just 11 days shy of his 73rd birthday. He was the CEO of AAA Ambulance, but before that, he served for the Department of Health for many years, and he literally wrote the book on EMS in Mississippi. He authored and steered the legislative adoption of the Mississippi EMS Act of 1974, and all of the amendments that came from that afterward, some of which I had the privilege of working on as a legislator, whether it was advanced life support systems, the EMS fee, the EMS operating fund, the Good Samaritan law, the trauma care system, which Mississippi, it's one of the few things in public health that we have gotten right. He's been credited with helping spearhead all of that, literally saving thousands of lives because of the work that he put in. He was also involved in a lot of other organizations. He served on the faculty for National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's development of trauma systems curriculum, and a lot of other things, including the State EMS Directors Board. He was someone who had a profound impact, and we send our heartfelt condolences to his family and to his family at AAA and the Department of Health. Rarely has someone had an impact like Mr. Wade Spruill. As we go into the weekend, remember to wash your hands, take care of yourself. Please wear a mask if you go out in public. Do only what is essential, and remember, you're safer at home. Have a great weekend.